The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 90, The Potion. Rita entered the living room that seemed to double as a kitchen. She placed her backpack by the leg of the dining table and hung her jacket on the back of one of the chairs. Soon Rosen entered, rushed to a large chest of drawers and began to pull out one drawer after another. The drawers were filled with small silk bags in different colors. Picking out a handful of them, she handed them to Rita and said with a smile, "Just put a teaspoon from each bag into the bowl." From a high cupboard she took a small glass bowl, placed it on the kitchen table and put a teaspoon in it. Then she put a small pot of water on the stove, turned the heat to max, and said, "When it starts to boil, turn the heat down. I'm going to change." Rita carefully opened each bag one by one and sniffed the contents, which looked like crushed dried plants, flowers and roots, before adding a teaspoon of each to the bowl. Rosen soon returned. Rita was surprised to see how she changed from a colorful Roma dress to a modern jogging suit. She still wore the knit hat and sunglasses and had a pink padded jacket under her arm. Hanging the jacket on a chair, she received the bowl from Rita and added its contents to the boiling water in the pot. She added some salt, sugar, and a bit of butter and turned off the heat and covered the pan with the lid. She also grabbed 2 coffee mugs from a shelf on the wall and a small tea strainer from the drawer. Rita, keeping a close eye on the proceedings, couldn't help but feel that she was witnessing the preparation of a secret witch's brew. This feeling intensified when she realized they were in a cave carved out of limestone. The arched ceiling and walls bore obvious peck marks. A moment later, Rosen removed the lid, leaned over the pot and took a deep breath. Then she poured the contents, through the strainer, into the mugs and placed one on the dining table in front of Rita's chair, saying, "Take a seat. We'll drink this first." Rita sipped cautiously from her mug and asked, "What is this? It tastes a bit strange." Apart from successfully running an alternative medicine home business using her self-taught humanology skills, Rosen was also a mother of 2. Her son, Pal, was about the same age as Rita, who appeared to be an inquisitive student, eager to learn. Rosen reassured her, "Oh, a kind of tea with different ingredients. I'll explain it later." To lighten the mood and change the topic, Rosen asked, "Do you know any funny Danish jokes?" In the schoolyard, Rita usually hung out with the hyperactive boys who loved being clowns to gain popularity, especially since they couldn't excel academically. Many dreamt of becoming stand-up comedians and always had jokes ready. She replied, "Yes, a few." Taking a sip of her herbal decoction, Rita continued, "Do you know how to sink a Swedish submarine?" Rosen shook her head, allowing Rita to share the answer. "You scuba dive and knock on the hatch. They open it and sink." Before Rosen could laugh, Rita added, "But I think it's a silly joke." Observing that Rita wasn't particularly fond of entertaining or being entertained, Rosen changed her approach. "Surely, you have some Asterix and Obelix comic books in Danish, right?" Rita replied, "Yes, my dad was obsessed with them. He used to collect them and hide them in his study. But I found the key and read them secretly in my room. They were pretty good." She quickly added, "By the way, I named my piggy bank Obelix because they had painted stripes on it to make it look like a little wild boar. It reminded me of Obelix's striped pants." Without mentioning that she'd smashed the piggy bank to buy a plane ticket to Malaga, Rita said, "Then you probably know that those comic books originated in Belgium." Rita confirmed, "Yes, I do."